What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Prince of YouTube, PS Compulsion, signing in here, aka that 22-year-old kid with the light squeaky voice, aka Prince Anthony. And in my last episode, I asked you guys, should I make the trade to get Andrew Wiggins on the Las Vegas Royale? Should I trade Ben Simmons for Andrew Wiggins? And I got a whole bunch of mixed responses, mixed reactions to that trade. A lot of people was telling me, oh, go ahead and get Wiggins, and some people was telling me, go ahead and keep Simmons. And in addition to that trade, there is a possibility that I might be able to swindle the Boston Celtics out of Brandon Ingram and Isaiah Thomas. And if I could go ahead and get that trade, people was telling me go for it. And I feel like that would be a smarter idea to go after Ingram and Isaiah instead of just going after Andrew Wiggins. But in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to incorporate some other players in the deal. I just can't trade away Ben Simmons and they're going to give up Isaiah and Brandon Ingram just like that. I need to get some other players, and I can't trade anybody else until December 15th, or much players until December 15th. So before I simulate some games to December 15th, I decided to make a quick trade, trading away Josh McRoberts, a first rounder from the Toronto Raptors and a second rounder for 2 first-round picks from the Houston Rockets, which turned out to only be 1 pick because they traded a backup protection pick as well. And it wasn't that bad of a deal when I think about it, because I wasn't really using Josh McRoberts and he wasn't getting any playing time at all. So I just got rid of him and I got a pretty good draft pick from the Houston Rockets. But that leaves me without a backup power forward or backup center that I could throw in the game if somebody gets injured. So I decided to sign James Michael McAdoo. He was with the Golden State Warriors. He won a championship with them. So I was like, why not just hop on board? Why not sign him from the free agency market? So now it's time for me to simulate some games till December 15th to see if I could throw some players in a deal with Ben Simmons to get Isaiah Thomas and Brandon Ingram on the team. And one thing I hate about simulating games is that some of my players might get injured, and Allen Crabbe gets injured and he's gonna be out from 4 to 6 weeks. So it's gonna suck not having him in the starting lineup. And also during the simulation, Tony Snell begged me for a contract extension, so I went ahead and signed him to another 1-year deal for the minimum. So I'm not paying him much money, so it doesn't really matter. I just went ahead and gave him that contract extension. But looking at our record after the simulation, I'm 20-6 for the NBA season so far, and it's December 15th, so it's time for me to go back after those players that I wanted, Isaiah Thomas and Brandon Ingram. But it turns out that the Boston Celtics does not want to give up Brandon Ingram. I tried trading Ben Simmons for just Brandon Ingram and they still would not trade him away. They refused to give me Ingram. So if they refuse to give me Ingram, they're definitely not going to give me Isaiah Thomas with Brandon Ingram. So that left me with no choice but to go in a different direction. So now, looking at the mock drafts, the Chicago Bulls are projected to have the number 1 pick in the NBA draft, and that pick that they have is coming from the Houston Rockets, and the Houston Rockets are 4-20 for this NBA season so far. So I'm like, if I could somehow get the Bulls to give me that first round pick, I will have the first pick in the NBA draft. So I went ahead and traded away 2 first round picks in 2019 to get that pick from the Chicago Bulls. So ladies and gentlemen, right now I'm projected to have the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. And I also decided after getting that pick from the Bulls to sign Troy Daniels to a contract. And my main reason for doing so is because I am not giving up on getting either Isaiah Thomas or Brandon Ingram. And since I couldn't get Brandon Ingram, my main target right now is Isaiah Thomas. So I signed Troy Daniels just to have, an extra play on the roster so I can include more players in the deal. So now I am trying my hardest to get Isaiah Thomas on the team. And look at this trade. I decided to trade away Jordan Clarkson, Derek Williams, and the first pick in the NBA draft for Isaiah Thomas and RJ Hunter. And the Boston Celtics finally agreed to my goddamn offers. About goddamn time. I went through hell and back to get Isaiah Thomas on this squad, and finally the Boston Celtics agreed to, oh my goodness, they agreed to my offer, bro. They agreed to my offer. So now looking at our roster, in the starting lineup, we got Isaiah Thomas at the point, Tyler Johnson at the 2 right now because Allen Crabbe is still injured. At the small forward, we got Ben Simmons. At the power forward, Kevin Love. At the center position, we got Rudy Gobert. Then coming off the bench, we got Michael Carter-Williams, Joakim Noah, Jordan Hill, Courtney Lee, who's going to be playing some small forward and shooting guard since Allen Crabbe is still injured. Then we got Tony Snell. He's going to get some minutes. James Michael McAdoo, Tyler Ennis, Alan Crabb because he's injured at the moment, RJ Hunter, and Troy Daniels. So our roster is looking pretty sexy right now. We do have a lot of guards on our team, so maybe somewhere down the line I am gonna trade away some of those guards for, you know, a backup center just in case Joakim Noah was to get injured or Jordan Hill was to get injured, because right now we are stacked at the guards. One of these guards got to get traded, bro. One of these guards got to get traded. But anyways, this roster is looking sexy. Like I said, Isaiah Thomas is coming to Las Vegas. In our next game, we are going to be facing off against the Toronto Raptors. Kyle Lowry versus Isaiah Thomas. That's a good matchup right there, bro. And we get to keep Ben Simmons. So now we got our big three: Isaiah Thomas, Ben Simmons, and Kevin Love. Or maybe Rudy Gobert. Is Rudy Gobert a member of the Big Three? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know your thoughts on this trade in the comment section below. I couldn't get my hands on Brandon Ingram, but I got the next best thing, baby. I got Isaiah Thomas. Oh my goodness, this team is looking so sexy right now, bro. So sexy. So leave your comments in the comment section below. Like I said, this is the Prince of YouTube signing out. Looks like we building another dynasty here on this Las Vegas Royales expansion MyGM. Oh my goodness, let's go Vegas.